Hello. In this country, where the arts and crafts tradition was so deeply rooted, furniture designers were slower to adapt to new styles and changing demands than in, say, France or Belgium. And domestic products began to lose out in the home market to foreign competition. Now, to try and remedy that situation, the Design and Industries Association was set up in 1915. And the founder members came from a mix of various disciplines. Harold and Phoebe Stabler. Harold was a noted teacher as well as designer, and went on to join forces with Cyril Carter and John and Truda Adams at Poole Pottery. Harold Kirwan was a printer, Ernest Jackson a lithographer, Harry Peach a businessman and bookseller, Cecil Brewer was an architect, Ambrose Heal was of Heal's furniture store, and then there was designer Gordon Russell. Harry Peach had set up his own company in partnership with Brian Fletcher, who was head of Leicester School of Art, and they specialised in cane furniture. Now, this was a novelty in the United Kingdom at the time, and initially very successful. They were pushed out by Lloyd Loom's cheaper imitation wicker, and W. Lusty and Sons of London obtained a patent to produce Lloyd Loom chairs in the UK, and they became a phenomenon. They were hugely popular. By the 1930s, practically every hotel, every restaurant, every cruise liner had some Lloyd Loom chairs. And Dryad is still in business, but today they deal in architectural ironmongery and in handicrafts. Now, Heal and Son had been set up by Ambrose Heal's great-grandfather in 1810, and Ambrose trained as a cabinet maker and began designing modern pieces that were manufactured at Heal's own London workshop, and they exhibited at that influential Paris Exposition of 1925. The ethos of Heal's was furniture of simple design but good craftsmanship, some at reasonable prices alongside a more expensive upmarket range. Items they made included these small oak chairs, this desk, sideboard and dressing table. And in the 1930s, Ambrose Heal introduced some new designs, some of them in plywood and some of them with chrome. So you see this wardrobe, and this chair is an example. And the new lines were promoted in a series of entertaining exhibitions that came under the title of Modern Tendencies. Inevitably, something new, and there was criticism. The Architectural Review in 1935 was very sniffy. This is what they said. Heal's has perhaps done as much as any single manufacturer in the country to improve and retail furniture of simple design and excellent workmanship. Recently, however, it has become more modish and Mayfairish, always at the sacrifice of logical design. Well, you can't please people all the time. Gordon Russell, talented designer and craftsman, worked in a number of fields, heavily influenced by the arts and crafts movement, but recognised the potential benefits of machine production. After service in World War I, where he won the Military Cross, he returned to the family antiques business, nursed that back into profit, then turned his attention to furniture design. And his focus was on designs that could be mass-produced, but without compromising on quality. And he wrote a pamphlet to explain his approach. It was called Honesty and the Crafts. His aim was to appeal to a new generation of furniture buyers, and he set up a workshop at Broadway in the Cotswolds, held his first exhibition Cheltenham Museum and Art Gallery in 1922, and his designs were soon selling well, both here and in America, until the Wall Street crash in 1929. Have a look at some of his items, these candlesticks, this cabinet which won a gold medal at that influential international Paris exhibition in 1925. And this chair. The economic depression of the 1930s severely affected furniture sales, but Gordon Russell managed to fill the gap with plywood cabinets designed and made for Murphy radios and later TV sets, designs that are now regarded as classics. And Gordon Russell became an advocate for what we might call British Art Deco, by which I mean less exotic in style, made with woods like oak and chestnut rather than the tropical rosewoods that were popular in France, a greater emphasis on functionality, but coupled with high standards. And at the peak of his business, Gordon Russell employed over 200 skilled craftspeople. Now, during World War II, Gordon Russell chaired the government's utility furniture design panel, and after the war became director of the Council of Industrial Design, which later became the Design Council and was an idea that was copied around the world. He was also the first chairman of the Crafts Council and played a major role in the Festival of Britain exhibition of 1951. Products from his own workshop included this helix design side cabinet, and amongst notable later designs, these stacking chairs for the new Coventry Cathedral. And Gordon Russell's work is celebrated by a museum set in his former workshop at Broadway. Now, next time I'm going to turn my attention to Art Deco Glass. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons and click on the notification bell to be informed when the next video is available, or you can subscribe by clicking on the rose window over my shoulder.